A criptomoeda Chainlink pode valorizar 100 vezes a partir daqui. Ouça atentamente. Neste vídeo, vou explicar por quê. Você sabe que um ETF de Bitcoin da BlackRock está prestes a ser lançado? Você sabe que Larry Fink está prestes a impulsionar todo o mercado de criptomoedas? Você sabe que, ao contrário dos ciclos passados, hoje as criptomoedas têm uma infinidade de projetos de altcoins ganhando usuários reais, gerando receita real e facilitando o valor real.
We are hearing from clients around the world about the need for crypto. I mean, when you think about, I think some of this rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality. And I think there's more people running into a flight to quality, whether that is in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality.
Certifique-se de se inscrever no nosso canal hoje. Estamos focando no Chainlink, mas vou mencionar mais altcoins vencedoras em vídeos futuros. Então, você vai querer ver isso. Vamos lá! O Chainlink tem uma arma secreta que poucas pessoas conhecem. Mais do que isso, poucas pessoas entendem a arma secreta do Chainlink. Eu não posso acreditar que ninguém mais está falando sobre isso. Em 3 minutos ou menos, você vai entender tudo. Portanto, curta este vídeo, apoie o canal e compartilhe este vídeo nas redes sociais. É por isso que o Chainlink tem o potencial de aumentar 100 vezes. Primeiro de tudo, o que é o Chainlink? E para entender o que o Chainlink é entender por que ele será tão grande. O Chainlink é tanto uma criptomoeda quanto uma tecnologia. O Chainlink trabalha com blockchains e empresas que não são baseadas em blockchain. O Chainlink é uma camada intermediária que conecta contratos inteligentes baseados em blockchain com dados externos, como resultados de jogos de beisebol ou preços de ações. Ele pode se conectar com qualquer coisa. O Chainlink é agnóstico em relação a blockchains. Ele pode funcionar com Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, Algorand, Swift, JP Morgan, Amazon, e o token Link do Chainlink é basicamente o combustível que faz essa máquina funcionar. A moeda Link do Chainlink paga operadores da rede Chainlink e garante os acordos de contratos inteligentes da rede. Portanto, entenda que o Chainlink é como o Google da Web 3, conectando todo mundo. Possui grandes parcerias, pouca concorrência, resolve trilhões de dólares em valor anualmente, gera toneladas de receita. O especialista em criptomoedas, empresário e investidor Kyle Chess explica a proposta de valor do Chainlink. Curtam o vídeo e ouçam o que ele diz sobre o Chainlink no final.
Chainlink is insane. It's literally the only thing. I think it's going to be the Google of Web3. It has no competitors. Sergey has been building this thing since 2013, essentially ideating it in 2015 since building Chainlink. And they have big partnerships with DTCC, which is the government-regulated clearing settlement house for the United States securities industry. They settle almost $2.5 quadrillion a year in value. And they've been doing a partnership with Chainlink right now where Chainlink will help them in that settlement process. And Chainlink will generate revenue off of all of the settlement value. So Chainlink will literally be processing quadrillions of dollars in value every year. And they have a revenue model. And that revenue model gets fed back into the tokens, the token economy. And that it's fully decentralized where Chainlink, the company, doesn't take any profits. It goes back in the token ecosystem. So just think about that. And I hesitant to say something because people think I'll be ludicrous, but I wouldn't be surprised if Chainlink surpasses Ethereum because of the revenue it's generating.
Portanto, a arma secreta do Chainlink, que a BlackRock teria muito interesse, é o CCIP, Cross-Chain Interoperability Protocol, protocolo de interoperabilidade entre cadeias cruzadas. O CCIP pode conectar a BlackRock ao Ethereum, ao Chase Bank, a Solana, como explica o fundador do Chainlink, Sergey Nazarov. Ele explica por que a BlackRock e gigantes financeiros semelhantes a ela usarão o CCIP e o Chainlink em algum momento no futuro.
So CCIP is pretty low level infrastructure. So it's like, I understand why some people don't fully understand all of it. It's similar to something that's also pretty esoteric, TCP/IP. So TCP/IP is a messaging system. It's an information transfer protocol that creates the internet. So the whole internet runs on TCP/IP. It basically connected all of these different internet technologies into one network called the internet. And so we all use the internet, which is run by TCP/IP. It's actually a very similar situation to what you see with chains, where there's these siloed separate ecosystems, and CCIP, the cross-chain interoperability protocol, seeks to connect those separate chains and ecosystems into one network. And so the experience that you should end up having is similar to the experience on the internet. Like you use one application using one technology and one set of cloud providers or something, which you don't even know what those cloud providers do or who they are. And then your application using one set of technology can connect to another application using a completely separate set of technology, because those two applications can communicate, right? And you don't even know that that's going on because TCP/IP is doing all of that in the background. So that's the world that we should arrive in the blockchain world. That'll create what I call an internet of contracts, where regardless of which blockchain you start on, so you can start on blockchain A or B or C, you'll be able to equally easily use everything on blockchain A and B. And you won't even have to think about it. You won't even say, I want to use blockchain A or B. You'll say, I want to use application X and Y. And application X is on blockchain A and application Y is on blockchain B, but you won't even be thinking about what blockchain do I want to, you're not going to be, just like you don't think what server technology does this app I use run on. You don't know or care. You just know you want to use the app. So CCIP seeks to unify the public chain world into a single internet of contracts. And then it also seeks to unify the bank chain world, because there's these two separate worlds, actually. There's the bank chain world and the public chain world, and they have this big legal wall in between them. And that legal wall is slowly, brick by brick, coming down. And if both the public chain world and the bank chain world run on a single messaging standard, then their ability to communicate when that wall goes down is going to be very natural, because they've already been communicating within their specific networks with each other using that messaging system. So it's both getting public chains hyper-connected, so you can use an application on another chain regardless of where you begin your journey, or whatever token you buy, you can use it somewhere else. Banks need to connect and transact with each other. And then the third step is actually getting the bank chain universe and the public chain universe to transact. And that's the thing that I was briefly explaining in the talk. And that's worth tens to hundreds of trillions of dollars in value flowing into the blockchain industry, which I think will be quite meaningful if it happens.
Então, o Chainlink é vastamente diferente de como começou, com um impacto muitas vezes maior do que costumava ser. O CCIP é revolucionário. Por que empresas como a BlackRock se interessariam pelo Chainlink? O segredo do Chainlink é que ele funciona tanto com finanças tradicionais quanto com finanças descentralizadas. O CCIP conecta tudo, assim como a internet. Pense nisso. Eu adoro a previsão do Sergey no final.
If you're a bank chain, if you're a bank and you issue a real-world asset token on your chain, and then that real-world asset token wants to get purchased somewhere else by another bank in another bank chain. If CCIP doesn't connect your two chains, you can't conduct a transaction, which is a problem that I think people in the banking world understand. And then in the DeFi world, they just want more access to more users. And so right now it's still pretty siloed. There's a couple of thousand users here, a couple of 10,000 users there. But if you just make a single system where all the users can flow into your application through that one system, then everyone just wants more users. So it's pretty obvious in that sense. It's going to be a lot of work. There's a lot of complexity there. I think the more value that flows over CCIP and the more messages that flow over CCIP, the more it's going to need to scale. But we spent over 3 years building this, and it's gone through a multitude of audits, security audits, like everything else that we build. And we, from what we can tell of all the other bridges and all the other alternatives, this is by far the most secure one, and the one that has the most features and the most ability to actually give people connectivity in both of those places. So I predict that that'll be useful to people.
A BlackRock, no momento, está exclusivamente interessada no Bitcoin. É verdade. Mas entenda que quando o ETF deles for lançado, isso impulsionará o preço de todas as criptomoedas, especialmente aquelas fundamentadas como o Chainlink. Mas na próxima fase, quem pode dizer que a BlackRock não fará parcerias ou integração com o Chainlink, especialmente considerando que a BlackRock está literalmente conectando finanças tradicionais com finanças descentralizadas? Eles vão precisar de algo como o Chainlink, é verdade. Talvez um aumento de 100 vezes não seja possível neste ciclo. Talvez tenhamos apenas um aumento de 10 a 30 vezes. Mas, e no próximo ciclo? A BlackRock pode tornar um aumento de 100 vezes possível? O que você acha?